The story of Necati Arabacı. Necati Arabacı was born on February 14, 1970, in Cologne, Germany, to Turkish parents from the village of Yeşildağ in the Beyşehir district of Konya, Turkey. Growing up in Germany, Arabaci quickly became involved in the underground world, beginning his criminal career as a bouncer in nightclubs. By the 1990s, he had already made a name for himself in the criminal scene, controlling bouncers and illegal activities in Cologne's nightlife. But his ambitions didn't stop there. He became one of the most feared figures in organized crime, leading to his rise within the infamous outlaw motorcycle gang, the Hells Angels. Early criminal activities and rise in Hells Angels. Arabaci gained power by dominating the bouncer scene in Auvende de Audi Aval, Cologne's entertainment district, Kerner Ringe. This wasn't just about security. His group controlled who could work, who got protection, and who had to pay for services. His influence extended beyond nightclubs and into the sex industry, managing brothels across the Rhine-Ruhr region. His gang was known for recruiting women into forced prostitution, luring them with false promises before trapping them in a brutal world of exploitation. They operated high-end brothels, while using violence and intimidation against those who opposed them. During this period, he became deeply involved with the Hells Angels, a notorious international motorcycle gang known for drug trafficking, violence, and organized crime. He eventually became one of the leading figures in the gang's German chapter. Arrest and prison sentence. In 2002, German authorities arrested Arabaci, charging him with human trafficking, forced prostitution, assault, extortion, and weapons violations. His empire began to crumble as police raided brothels and clubs linked to his organization. During his trial in 2004, he pleaded guilty and received a 9-year prison sentence. However, even from behind bars, Arabaci continued running his criminal operations, particularly controlling the Colosseum brothel in Augsburg, one of Germany's most infamous brothels at the time. His connections within the Hells Angels ensured that his business interests remained protected. By 2007, after serving part of his sentence, he was released and immediately deported to Turkey, building his empire in Turkey. Once in Turkey, Arabaci didn't slow down. Instead, he continued his activities with the Hells Angels, using Turkey as a safe haven to expand his operations. In 2010, he attended a high-level meeting of international Hells Angels leaders in Izmir, where he was appointed president of Hells Angels MC Nomads Turkey. Under his leadership, the gang's influence in Turkey grew, expanding into drug trafficking, money laundering, and illegal gambling. By 2013, Arabaci was rumored to be a strong candidate to take over the leadership of Hells Angels in Europe. The previous leader, Frank Hanebuth, had been arrested in Spain, leaving a power vacuum that Arabaci sought to fill. International arrest warrant and the present. However, his growing power did not go unnoticed by law enforcement. In 2015, Spanish authorities issued an international arrest warrant for Arabaci, linking him to organized crime activities stretching across Europe. Despite being a fugitive, his influence remained strong, and he reportedly continued operating from Turkey. His exact current status remains unclear. Some sources claim he still controls parts of the Hells Angels network, while others believe he has taken a low-profile approach to avoid further legal troubles. Necati Arabacı's story is one of power, crime, and international influence. From a nightclub bouncer to one of the most feared men in organized crime, his journey reflects the dark underworld of human trafficking, prostitution rings, and gang violence. Even though law enforcement has cracked down on his operations, his legacy in the Hells Angels remains significant. And his story is a chilling reminder of how organized crime networks operate across borders. Once one of the most feared figures in the underworld, a name spoken with respect and fear in Europe's underworld, Necati Arabacı had built a shadowy empire, built on secret trafficking, dangerous alliances, and a network of loyalists who were willing to kill for him. But every kingdom must come to an end. And for Necati, that end was fast approaching. In 2025, he is a free man, no longer a fugitive. Dubai has become his last refuge, a glittering paradise for those seeking to escape justice. There, his wealth seems endless. Villas overlooking the sea, super luxury cars, nightclubs where only the chosen few are allowed to enter. But behind this glittering facade, a darker reality hides: fear. Every evening, while sitting on a high terrace, he feels the weight of the past following him like a shadow. A coded message, a silent phone call, an unknown car stopping in front of his residence are signs that keep him awake at night. Necati knows that he cannot hide forever. One night, as the night covers the city with its warm darkness, he hears an unusual noise from below the villa. His heart beats fast. He knows that he has made many enemies. He knows that money cannot buy eternal security. He takes a gun and slowly approaches the window, looking beyond the thick curtains. But the streets are empty. The silence is heavier than the noise itself. Is this just paranoia that haunts him? Or has the final night arrived? In Dubai, there is no extradition, but there is something more dangerous than the law: those who do not forget. And Necati Arabacı knows it better than anyone. In the underworld, debts are always paid one day or another.